right, boys and girls. So today we're going to have an exciting day about how do we get you to talk about writing. Think about what you already know about writing and everything that you have done all year long. So let's look at our chart today. Who would like to read to me the heading? Alex, nice and loud.
Okay, number 1.
Nope, up here.
Grade level proficient.
Read the whole title.
What does our writing need to have in it to be considered grade level proficient?
So your job as writers this whole year has been achieving or reaching the point of grade level proficiency. Your job is to earn a P on every piece of writing you've done this year. Am I correct? So what we've done as writers is we've gone through the conferencing stage, right? We've gone through the revising and editing stage. And then we've gone through the stage of where we fix things and we make sure everything is perfect. So when you're thinking, when you just wrote your piece on Freak the Mighty, raise your hand if you planned it in your head, put it on paper. Raise your hand if you did that. Raise your hand if you then drafted. Now, here was the part where it had to be done independently. You conferenced with yourself, you revised with yourself, you edited your paper, and then you had final checks with it. Raise your hand if you did all that. Were you reaching grade level proficiency? That's our goal. So let's go ahead and talk about what does a paper need to make sense? What does it need? So why don't we turn and talk to a partner about what does your paper need to have it make sense? Go.
No sentences.
Anything
Who would like to share out? Giovanni, what's one thing, when you're conferencing with yourself, what do you do?
Try not add run-on sentences.
Try not to add run-on sentences. I agree. How do you avoid that?
By double reading and adding punctuation.
Double reading, adding punctuation. Nice. Alejandra.
Topic sentence and capitalized and period.
Okay, so I heard what you said. I heard you say topic sentence. And then I heard you say capitals and periods. So which one goes with rereading, making sure your writing makes sense? Which one would fit better? Topic sentence or punctuation? Because let's go back to the conversation we had on Friday. We talked about if our topic sentence, what's the whole point of a topic sentence? Who would like to help her? LaRaven?
A topic sentence shows which your reader is going to be reading about in the beginning or which your reading is going to be reading about next.
In the paragraph, right? So that actually would fall under making sense, because if you wrote your topic sentence and your paragraph doesn't make sense to what your topic sentence was, that is a good indicator that you need to fix it and rework it. The capitals and periods come back when we go back into editing. Okay? Good job. Alex?
Also, we need to finish the words, because sometimes we don't actually finish the words and it might be A-N. We might think it's another word, so we might get confused there.
That's right. And we know that we've struggled with throughout the year, and then you guys got really good at it, missing words, right? Endings on words, and then even prepositions, at, in, on, under. Some of those kind of confused us. And we have worked all year to fix that. But, so now, let's talk about this. I have a piece up here. I think I did a really good job because I already know a lot about penguins, and now it's going to be up to you to help me conference. You guys up for it?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about what I did as a writer, okay? You're going to help me. How is it going to work better if it makes sense, okay? Because a lot of times, if it doesn't make sense, it's hard to read, right? Well, let's go ahead and read what I wrote, and then let's get into what I need to do as a writer, okay? All right, you ready? Here we go. The penguin is a bird, but it does fly. Penguins are not like other birds. They are unique birds. A penguin's feathers grow all over, like hair on a mammal, like a dog, a cat, a bear, a hamster, and a human. I see hands already. I think my writing is actually really good. So how about we finish reading it, because we know we have to read the whole thing at first, right? We don't stop our reader. We always let them finish the piece first, right? Okay, here we go. You will not see penguins in the air, and you will see them in trees. You will see them in the water. In fact, you will see them below the surface of the water. The penguin is an ocean bird, living in and near the ocean. The penguin spends many time in the ocean. So much of life is unknown. The penguin has faint, strong wings and flippers instead of feet. that it uses to push through the water. When the penguin is at land, it walks slowly, and this limited movement may be one reason these penguins spend more time in the water. The penguin's food source is in the water, in the fish it catched. They had solid bones, while other birds have bones that are not solid. Oh, yes, that was amazing.
Oh, that makes no sense.
Turn to your neighbor and talk about how awesome I was. Go.
Especially up there, they don't fly. It says
what would we do? I am a writer. I took a risk and wrote all about penguins. So what could you help me with when it came to with a compliment? What would you say?
Well, as a compliment, I would say that you need to like.
Oh, no. Compliments, I don't need to do anything.
Well,
Give me something positive that I did really well. Oh, Alex.
Okay. I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna discuss that. Okay. A compliment for trying to do this.
Yes,
Pretty
give
good.
yeah.
Good job.
But what did I try?
He tried.
You have to be specific
Write
for me.
about penguin and
Okay.
how he tells about it. But I had to break it too. I didn't really understand because sometimes the details that you told us it didn't seem right because I don't think penguins live in trees because they're in the cold area and you will see them in trees.
Oh, well, that's not what I meant to say. So, oh my gosh, so who's ever written a paper and you meant to say one thing, but your writing said another?
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, now hold on. So, Fardoza and I were talking over here, and Fardoza said, she said, it doesn't make sense. And I said, well, what doesn't make sense? And she said the first sentence. Okay, the first sentence does not make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So, Fardoza, if I read that sentence to you again, will you help me fix that first sentence?
Yes.
Okay, so my first sentence says, the penguin, it's a bird, but it does fly. And penguins, what do we already know about them?
They don't
They don't fly. So, Fardoza, I have my blue pen, and what would you like to change it to?
The penguins are a bird that doesn't fly.
So the penguin, I heard you say is,
The penguin is a bird that doesn't fly.
okay, so the penguin is a bird
That doesn't fly.
that
does not fly.
Also, the it's with the
You forgot
IT.
doesn't fly.
Miss, the ITS,
Yeah.
you're saying the penguin own the bird.
Right, and it doesn't own the bird, does it?
No, it
So
is
now
a
let's
bird.
reread it. The penguin is a bird that doesn't fly. Is that better?
Yeah.
It's better for right now. Let's keep going. Penguins are not like other birds. They are unique. Who said birds? Aha! Again, we read it because we write like we write like we talk, right? And so when we go to read it, we read it the way we said it. But that's not how we wrote it. So what should it say? Not like other birds.
The S.
They are unique birds. A penguin's feathers grow all over. So what just happened? Mary, what just happened there?
You have run-on sentences and it also did not make sense because you were talking about how they're unique and then you changed all of the sudden to penguin's feathers grow.
That's perfect. So you automatically identified that, one, there's a run-on. I was talking about how they're unique birds, and then I talked about how feathers grow.
Oh.
So where should my period go?
They are unique birds, period.
Okay? And then capitalize the A. A penguin's feathers grow all over. But let's look at the next sentence. A penguin's feathers grow all over, like hair on a mammal, like a dog, a cat, a bear, a hamster, and a human. We learned about this piece. Who would like to help me fix that right away? We learned about that. When? Let's see. Alex? Alex is the only hand up? So look at all this. A dog, a cat, a bear, a hamster, and a human. Oh, what else could we say? Jose, I had the, you.
Instead of the hamster and the human, all you gotta do is just put 3. All you gotta do is just keep 3 of them.
And many more at the end.
Ah, there you go, guys. Good. So let me take off human. Let me take off hamster.
Bear. And cat.
Do you,
No, like a dog and cat.
okay,
and
how about we
a
take off bear?
Yeah,
Like a
that's
dog,
pets.
cat and many more.
a cat, and many more.
And many more.
One thing that really makes me happy right now is you figured that out, you remembered. That's been a while since we worked on that. So
Like-
kudos
like
to
the-
you. Last sentence for today, and then we'll stop. You will not see penguins in the air, and you will see them in trees. And
What?
That's not what I meant to say. So who thinks they know what I was trying to say there? Because that,
see them in the water.
when I read that, I was like,
But how does
That's
trees come
awesome.
from water?
have you ever seen a penguin in a tree?
Yeah, maybe unless you
in
put
the
the
water.
penguin in the tree. Put the penguin in the water.
All right,
Unless
hold
you
on.
put the penguin in the tree.
All right, Alejandra, what could it say? What do you think I was trying to say?
You will not see them in
You
trees.
will not see them in trees. You will not. Now, boys and girls, thank you for my compliment, and thank you for being honest. And thank you for actually seeing that, you know what, even as a proficient writer, I do have some mistakes I have to always fix, right? Next day, we're going to be continuing with this piece. So turn to a neighbor, give them a hand, talk to them about something they did really well with this. Go. Hold on. Talk to a neighbor first. All right, holding each other accountable is something I heard. Excellent. Who else gave your partner a compliment? What did they do? Raven, what did you say to Abraham?
I told him I like the way that he tried to help
He tried to help,
and add on to someone else's conversation.
and he added on to other people's conversations. Good job. So let's go back to yesterday and what we did yesterday as writers. And so look at the work that you did yesterday and the day before. We've worked a lot around meaning. I actually am now looking at my writing. I probably needed to spend some more time rereading it before I went to conferencing. And I'm going to be honest. I know if I have that problem, I know some of you have that problem too. Because the minute we finish with our pencil to our paper, we want to run to conferencing. And this goes to show that it's evident that not all of us are perfect the first time, and that we should always take a minute to reread before we get to a conference. But even though, look at all the work that you guys helped me do as writers. And it was fun. It was really fun that we were working through it together. We ended up with words like waddles. We have learned throughout the past that penguins have solid bones, but birds have hollow bones because that helps them fly. So using the vocabulary was huge, and I appreciate it. So today, let's get into the editing, because some of you were trying really hard yesterday not to tell me where my commas went and not to tell me where my periods went. So I get that, but as a writer who wants to make meaning first, I needed other things, as you can see. So now today, let's go back and let's look at editing. But let's reread what we've done as writers so far. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
You know what? When I see this is the evidence that you should have already done before you come to me for RTP. This is the evidence that you have worked through as a writer. You've had your writing conversations with your partners. You've had a conversation with yourself about reading and reading aloud. This is what it looks like when you are ready to come to me. Okay? So give yourselves a hand, guys. Let's keep up the good work. All right.